I guess today I wanted to do the reading. It was sort of special for me because it has a double meaning for me. Today was my father's birthday. So in celebration of that and the recognition of my own self-drive and his drive for self-meaning and understanding our greatest teachers are our parents and our fathers and those that we sort of came before us that we use for guides. He got his degree in environmental psychology and focused on experiential education and grasping reality as a participant and not just an observer. So as he went forward and he gave a guide to me for direction, I went in life a little bit in that way, and I'm coming back to staying on that path. So it's an awakening for me to recognize him on this day and in the spirit of this moment. So I have a reading today from a peer of his in another fashion. It is who was a POW in Germany during World War II. My father was there as a POW as well. This is a reading from an author called Victor Frankl, and it's a book called Man's Search for Meaning. And so I try to do everything in the present as much as I can, in spirit, as well as in reality. So this reading comes from the 19th page of his book. We could hold endless debates on the sense of nonsense of certain methods of dealing with the small bread ration, which was given out only once daily during the latter part of our confinement. There were two schools of thought. One was in favor of eating up the rations immediately. This had the twofold advantage of satisfying the worst hunger pangs for a very short time, at least once a day, and of safeguarding against possible theft or loss of the ration. The second group, which held with the dividing the rations up, used different arguments. I finally joined their ranks. The most ghastly moment of the 24 hours of camp life was the awakening, when at a still nocturnal hour, the three shrill blows of a whistle tore us pitilessly from our exhausted sleep and from the longing in our dreams. We then began to tussle with our wet shoes, into which we could scarcely force our feet, which were sore and swollen with edema. And there was the usual moans and groans about petty troubles, such as the snapping of wires when replacing shoelaces. One morning I heard someone whom I knew to be brave and dignified cry like a child because he finally had to go to the snowy marching grounds in his bare feet, as his shoes were too shrunken for him to wear. In those ghastly minutes, I found a little bit of comfort, a small piece of bread, which I drew out of my pocket and munched with absorbent delight.